It's Sunday afternoon and I'm loading my truck for tomorrow morning because we're going to pour the slab, and that happens really early. So I've got a few special things for slabs. I've got these knee boards that will help us to scoot around on our knees and trowel the edges of the concrete before it's all the way dry. And I've got my magnesium floats, Marshalltown. Jamie's going to be picking up a few things as well on the way. He's going to get a power screed and a power trowel. And those are two pieces of machinery that will help us with the slab. We also bought some special concrete shoes that you slip on over your regular shoes, sort of like snowshoes, I guess, that will help us to walk around as we're running that power trowel without leaving footprints in our sort of not completely dry slab as we do it. Monday morning. Back on the mountain. Jamie just called me. He's waiting at the rental place. They sent our power screed to the wrong store. They sent it to Cashier's, and where he is Silva, which is right over the top of those couple ridges, and Cashier's is like 2 more ridges over. So hopefully that's going to get there in time for him to get here in time. Otherwise we're going to be hand screeding, which is not ideal. First thing I got to do is dig out some gravel to thicken the slab in a couple spots. Checked with the truss engineer, and he's got 2 load-bearing points on this truss system. So I'm going to dig those out and then get our vapor barrier down. What is that?
I don't know. I think you just stick it in me and...
We stick that in you?
Yeah.
How do we know to do it?
Where do you stick it?
I don't know.
That's a really good question.
Just like the IKEA instructions.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Directly into your heart.
Oh, right into the eyeball.
There's our power trowel, but there's no power screed. What happened, Jamie?
They had a little mix-up, I guess, and forgot to get it for us. Come on, sunshine.
Here's our final piece of very important concrete equipment, the bowl float with an extension handle. And on this type, you twist the handle like that, and it adjusts the angle of the float. It's pretty nice. Jono and Arlo are getting the anchor bolts put in, and they're going in every 16 inches because of the wind zone here. That's a lot more than usual. And they line up with all of our vertical rebar as well and lap, so it should be a really strong wall. We put a mark on all these, that red line. That's how much they need to stick up.
Stick out.
This place has to have 2 mud sills, double layer. That's 3 inches. That's why they're sticking up so much. And that's also for coats for the wind zone. So we're running our concrete into the top of these pegs, and then Jamie's leveling it out with our hand screed board. It's working okay, it's just a little slower. We're getting it. Now we're gonna jump on the second half, pump it in, screed it, bull float it, and we'll be done, and just wait for it to harden up so we can get on it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all later. Okay, there it is. We've got our slab placed and it's ready to dry. We didn't do the anchor bolts on the front. We're gonna drill and epoxy those in because every time we do them, no matter how good we plan it, we end up like under a stud or under the edge of a jack or somewhere we don't wanna be. So we're gonna build the wall, then drill and epoxy those in so they end up where we want them. How'd your gators work, man?
Great, man. I didn't even get anything on them.
Kidding me.
It's the way to do it.
You made it.
I want to get around that plumbing.
You want us to throw your lunch out there?
Some other things I want to mention about the concrete here is that we poured it on about a 5.5 slump. And secondly, it has fiber additive, which is a reinforcement. And that's why we don't have steel in here, is that we used fiber reinforced concrete. And there's no heavy trucks or anything driving on this. It's just for a floor for their basement. And it's not the finished floor either. At some point, if they finish it, they will do some sort of a floating floor over top. No power yet. Got a frame tomorrow, so it means you got to bring your generator.
Gonna break out the Jenny.
Don't forget it.
Thank you.
While we're sitting here guarding the concrete, I went ahead and put in our lumber order that's going to arrive today, later, for all of the pressure treated plates that go up top. This whole wall right here, the framing, which has pressure treated plates on the sides and the bottom, by the way. Arlo's going to do a test for if we're ready to put the machine on. Let me see what you got, Arlo. Piece of pea gravel. He's going to toss the piece of pea gravel in the air. If it sticks in the concrete,
Ooh, I'd probably put it on.
then we're not ready, but it bounced.
Yeah.
So
If it sticks and goes nowhere, then they're like, don't do it.
I think it's time.
Man, I think
I think it's time.
Yep, I think let's do it.
I think we do.
This is where I've gone around the edges with the hand trowel and sort of worked the cream to the top while it's still a little wet. This is too wet to get the machine on yet. And I've gone around this whole back. And so once the machine can get on there, the edges are done, because that thing won't get all the way to the edges the way it's designed. We usually run the machine really slow and the blades at a flat kind of angle on the soft stuff. And as it gets harder, turn the speed up and turn the blades steeper so they have more bite, and they'll finish it off really hard and shiny and smooth. Here's a quick rundown on this machine if you've never used one before. The power trowel. This adjusts your blade angle, and this is your throttle. This is a centrifugal safety switch, so while you're running it, it's in that position. If somehow this thing gets away from you and starts spinning out of control, this will flip to here and shut the machine off. I'm gonna play a video really quick of what happens if this doesn't work. And we're back. To control this thing, you see Jaime going left and right. If you lift up on the handles like that, this thing will go left. If you push down on the handles, this thing will go right. And that's pretty much it. You just push it back and forth. That is for hooking to a crane in case you gotta drop this thing down into a basement that doesn't have an open side like this. And last, this thing has like a foam pad on the bar. That's so that you can actually brace this to your body and it doesn't beat you up. And I do that pretty much every time I run one to help keep it under good control.
Little blackened.
We've run the trowel across this again. You can see this kind of burned looking area. That's about done. That's about as smooth as we're gonna get it. Over here, the concrete's been in the shade the whole time, so it's not drying as fast. You can see it's not as smooth. So we gotta keep kind of working over as that part dries. That wasn't bad, fellas. I was kind of nervous, but that was...
You just gotta stay cool and calm, you know?
Something could still go wrong, I guess, but That was,
What could go wrong?
I don't know.
Something will go
Something.
I mean, if we went away right now, it would just be a little rough, sandy on this side over here.
Well, I just always think about the time that Erik pulled the start handle and the rope out of the
Oh, it
machine
came out, yeah.
right in the middle of the job. Dang it.
That could definitely still happen.
Yeah, that could happen. So concrete is a really, really cool material. It pours out like a liquid and then it dries into a rock basically. Isn't that crazy?
It's awesome.
It is, if you think about it. I mean, it seems so mundane because it's everywhere. Some other cool things are that concrete, when it's drying or curing, it's a chemical reaction. So that means you could pour it underwater. You could do a lot of things like that. And if it rained on this, it would still dry. And actually, it would be better for the concrete. If it was raining on it, it would make it cure a little slower. And it generates its own heat as it's curing. So the first night, this will stay pretty warm, even if it's below freezing. But after that, you'd want to cover it and insulate it if it's way below freezing so that the remaining liquid in it, the remaining water, would not freeze and cause the concrete to crack. The slab is done. That's it for today. Thanks for building with us, and we will see you next time.
No, seriously, thanks for building with us. We really appreciate that.
You ready?
Yeah.
You excited? Yeah.